What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ Prospect Profiles. Today we're going to focus in on Ottawa Senators prospect Jim O'Brien. Little background on Mr. O'Brien, native of Maplewood, Minnesota, of the good old US of A. Played his midget hockey with Little Caesars, and then played, like many other great Americans these days, for the United States National Team Development Program. And then at the age of 17, took his talents to the University of Minnesota for a year, and played a year there, and then got drafted in the first round, 29th overall by Ottawa, and then went up north to play for the Seattle Thunderbirds of the Western Hockey League. And up there, had great numbers, had 55 points and 62 points respectively. And 2008, 2009 played for the U.S. at the World Juniors and had 4 points in 6 games. I remember him playing for the U.S. at the WJC, having a big goal against Canada, and then that game I think I was up in Ottawa too. Then that game kind of coming apart at the seams wasn't a fun thing to watch as an American fan, but I digress. Then the next year made his debut in professional hockey and only had 17 points for the Binghamton Senators. But last year had a great year, had 56 points in 74 games with the Senators, and has played in the last 2 years 13 games in the NHL, which is pretty good sign for the kid. Getting some confidence. Last year won the Calder Cup with Binghamton, had 7 points in 23 postseason games. I have trouble saying Binghamton. Well, Tony Kornheiser says it all the time on PTI. I think he went to University of Binghamton, but I digress. Second time I said that. Great player, good two-way player. I don't think he's ever going to be a point-per-game guy, but I think that's fine because I think Ottawa's got enough players and prospects that can do that. They get Spezza, there's the Bonajed, guys like that can put points on the board. I think he's going to be maybe a little tougher than Mike Fisher, but I think Fisher's a little better offensively, and Fisher's better at the landing of perfect 10-wise. All due respect to Mr. O'Brien, but I think he's going to bring good two-way acumen, good face-off winning center, block shots, kill penalties, do the intangibles that help you win hockey games. You need guys like that if you want to win. I think his offensive upside isn't that high, but I think he can contribute on a consistent basis. I think he'd be a good center for your second power play unit. Work the front of the net. Big kid, like I said, at 6'2", 200 pounds. Ideal frame for an NHL center, and I think he can withstand the rigors of playing center in the NHL on a night in, night out basis. And I really think his upside's, at least in the two-way game, pretty high. Like I said, offensively, I don't think he's going to be a 60, 70 point a year guy. I think he'll be a 45 to 50 point a year guy, but that's fine. I think Ottawa fans can respect that. I think the fans up there are great and know enough about hockey that they recognize you need a guy like this if you want to win Stanley Cups. You really they got a great core nucleus of players up there. They got great young players coming up through the line. And I look at him as a good third line center behind. When you look at it, Spezza and Kyle Turris. I'm not comparing him to Pittsburgh with Sid, Malkin, and Stahl, but something similar. Where you get depth up front, where guys that can win face-offs, and when you have the puck, the other team can't score. So that's always a good thing to have. Puck possession is the most important thing in hockey, in my opinion. And if you have possession of the puck, that's how you're gonna score. So I'm really excited to see what Jim O'Brien's gonna bring to the Ottawa Senators for years to come. Good to see an American kid up there playing well in a really hockey hotbed in the Canadian market. I know the fans up there love a winner, and I think with guys like this, they'll have a winner in due time. That's it for this episode of the Power Play with CJ on Ottawa Senators prospect Jim O'Brien. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season. Later, guys.